वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हमारी डिस्कशन का टॉपिक होगा न्यू वर्सेस ओल्ड टैक्स रिजीम। हर साल यही कंफ्यूजन रहता है ना। चलिए आज इसको हमेशा के लिए क्लियर करते हैं।
सो आर यू अ सैलरीड प्रोफेशनल और हर साल टैक्स फाइलिंग के टाइम पे यही सवाल दिमाग में घूमता है कि न्यू रेजीम लूं या ओल्ड। वेल डोंट वरी, अगले कुछ ही मिनट्स में आई प्रॉमिस आप इसके एक्सपर्ट बन जाएंगे।
ऑलराइट, लेट्स डाइव राइट इन। देखिए, इन रिजीम्स को ना कोई बोरिंग सरकारी पॉलिसी मत समझिए। थिंक ऑफ देम एज टू डिफरेंट प्लेयर्स इन अ गेम, और दोनों का खेलने का स्टाइल बिल्कुल अलग है। एक तरफ है लेट्स से रोहन, ही इज द प्लेयर फॉर द ओल्ड रिजीम। ये ना हर एक डिडक्शन का पूरा फायदा उठाता है। सेक्शन 80C, HRA, होम लोन इंटरेस्ट, यू नेम इट। थोड़ा बहुत पेपर वर्क से इसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, एज लॉन्ग एज टैक्स बच रहा है। फिर दूसरी तरफ है प्रिया, अ न्यू रिजीम प्लेयर। इन्हें सिंप्लिसिटी पसंद है, नो झंझट ऑफ ट्रैकिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, बस कमाओ एंड पे टैक्स एट लोअर रेट्स, सिंपल एज दैट। तो इन दोनों प्लेयर्स के गेम के रूल्स क्या हैं एग्जैक्टली? लेट्स गेट डाउन टू इट। चलिए, इस टैक्स बैटल का जो मेन डिफरेंस है ना, उसको अच्छे से समझते हैं। इट्स ऑल अबाउट रेट्स वर्सेस डिडक्शंस।
So here's the main trade-off, right? Old regime mein, you get to use over 70 deductions like ATC, HRA, and a whole lot more to bring down your taxable income. New regime, on the other hand, basically says, forget all those deductions, just take the benefit of lower tax rates. Oh, and here's some good news. The 50,000 rupees standard deduction, that's now available in both regimes. That's a big plus.
Okay, now let's look at the tax rates side by side. You can clearly see the new regime has more tax slabs and the starting rates are much lower. जहां ओल्ड regime में 5 लाख के ऊपर आप सीधा 20% ब्रैकेट में जंप करते हैं, वहीं न्यू regime आपको 10% और 15% के इंटरमीडिएट स्लैब्स भी देता है। It's much more gradual.
And now for what might be the most important point, the tax rebate. In the new regime, if your taxable income is up to 7 lakh rupees, you pay zero tax, absolutely zero. Compare that to the old regime where this limit is only 5 lakhs. This is a real game changer, especially for people in this income bracket.
There is one thing, right? But now let's get to the main event. It's time to see how this plays out in the real world. हम real life example से समझेंगे कि actual में किसका कितना tax बनेगा.
So, let's meet our first contender, Mr. Sharma. His gross salary is 10 lakh rupees, but he doesn't really do a lot of tax-saving investments. The only major deduction he has is the standard deduction.
Okay, so let's look at the calculation. Under the old regime, after his deductions, his taxable income comes to 9 lakh rupees, and his tax is about $96,200. Now, in the new regime, his taxable income is actually higher, 9.5 lakhs, but, and this is the key, because of those lower tax rates, his final tax is only 54,600. Just look at that difference.
And that, right there, is the power of the new regime for people with low deductions. Mr. Sharma saved a whopping 41,600 rupees, straight up. So, for this scenario, the winner is clear. It's the new regime. All right, let's bring in our next contender, Mrs. Pooja. Her salary is also 10 lakh rupees, but she's a smart investor. She makes full use of all the deductions available: HRA, ADC, ADD, the whole shebang. And here, the entire game flips. Under the old regime, Mrs. Pooja claimed a total of 3.75 lakh in deductions. This brought her taxable income crashing down to just 6.25 lakh, and her tax was only about $39,000. Meanwhile, in the new regime, her tax would still be that same 54,600. So this time, the old regime takes the win. By using her deduction smartly, Mrs. Pooja saved around 15,600 rupees. The clear winner here? The old regime. So, after this whole battle, what's the final verdict for you? Which one should you choose? Let's break it all down in a final summary.
The decision is actually pretty simple. Look, if you're like Mrs. Pooja and you max out your deductions, HRA, ATC, home loan interest, and all that, then for you, the old regime is probably the best. But if you're more like Mr. Sharma, with few deductions, you love simplicity, or your income is below 7 lakhs, then just go for the new regime without a second thought.
And listen up, because this is probably the most important point of all. Starting from the financial year 2023-24, the new tax regime is now the default option. What does that mean? It means if you don't do anything, you will automatically be placed in the new regime. To get into the old regime, you have to actively select it when you file your ITR. Don't forget this.
So now you really don't have to guess anymore. To make the best decision, just follow these 4 simple steps. First, list down all your possible deductions. Step 2, go online and use the official income tax calculator. Step 3, compare your final tax liability in both regimes, side by side. And finally, Step 4, choose the one that saves you more money. It's as simple as that.
So are you ready to be a smart taxpayer this year? Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I really hope this explainer cleared up all your confusion. If it did, you know what to do. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment.